Let's go out to eat! What do you want to get? Oh, I want a frog burger from Wild Duck. Come on, let's go! So, the other day, Mom and Dad, they talked to me about why they were getting divorced. It was sad. But I listened to the whole thing. Did I do good? Thank you. So, Mom and Dad, they said when there's no love, it's hard to stay married. But they said not to worry, because they would love me no matter what. So I told them it's okay if they get divorced. It must be hard to live with someone you don't love. Hey, so I have to choose if I want to live with Mom or Dad. Who do you think I should pick? Yeah, I love my dad. He always buys me toys and stuff. But Mom cries all the time now. I don't want her to be all alone. Maybe I should go with her. Oh, if I go with Mom, I might have to move somewhere far away. And then I won't be able to play with you anymore. That's no fair. I miss you too much. I better get home. Hey, will you hold my hand on the way home? Oh, welcome back. Um...
So dance, if you wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. Minding my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever life is, we gon' throw it and say, hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow, you know.
Oh.
Anyway.
By the way,
to this chapter. And so... Yes, exactly.
Marvelous. I'm looking forward. Here are my requests. I can sense... I will await a report of success. The world you live in is so bright and colorful. It's rather blinding. If I may say so. By all means. Very well.
We were just talking about you. We've been feeling a bit guilty for troubling you about the persimmon tree. Oh, good one. I wouldn't worry about it. Glad you can joke around even at a time like this. Makes me feel like we're not so different, you and I. Lord knows I can't pass up a good pun. That persimmon tree is a reminder of our son. Actually, before his death, he was a teacher at GeckoCon. He planted that tree on graduation day with the students of his very first class.
Just when we thought that tree was about to bear fruit. Why now? Why do they want to cut it down now? Thank you. I'm all right now. That made me feel a lot better. It's very comforting talking to you.
Oh, wow! You've really gone and captured my wife's heart. You must be popular with the ladies. My wife's no sucker, after all. I feel I'm looking at myself when I was in my prime. Don't fret too much about the tree. Just stop by when you have the chance. Oh, and take this. It's left over from earlier, but it's still good. Well then, you take care of yourself.
Oh, it's you.
Yo.
Look.
So dance. If you wanna go ahead, free to do whatever. I'm chilling on
In that case,
minding my biz. So mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we will flow with.
I see.
Hey, feeling the fire.
I was hoping to go for another run after rehydrating.
I believe you've done enough physical activity for one day. Any more and you'll hurt yourself.
Fine. So, were there any subjects you needed help with? The most basic method is writing them over and over again. But I get that's a tough way to stay motivated. That's why I reward myself with workout reps based on the number of new kanji I've learned. The more you study, the stronger you'll get. Pretty motivating, huh? In any case, I advise having a good workout ready to treat yourself with after a study session. It all comes down to making it a regular habit. Just a little each day really adds up.
I wasn't going to say anything, but Akihiko, working out isn't normally a reward for most people. On top of that, what good does it do to preach about long-term habits mere days before the exam?
I guess you have a point. In that case, how would you recommend cramming for it?
It's not my usual style, but I would focus on memorizing material that is likely to be tested. If you give it your all, it shouldn't be too difficult. Easier than facing the enemy wholly unprepared, at least.
Well, we can talk all night. The doing is where the magic happens. Here, let me give you some practice problems. You catch on quick. You immediately took what you learned and put it into practice. All you need now is some strength training and you'll be unstoppable. Once the exams are over, why don't we dive into Tartarus for a bit and get some workouts in?
You never change. I'll need to continue keeping an eye on you to make sure you don't overdo it.
The more you study and the more you train, the better results you'll get. I look forward to seeing what you'll accomplish from here on. Let's call it here for today. I want to get some stretches in before heading to bed.
Let's get on with today's lesson. Okay, then. Cool.
Precisely.
We gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. You know.
That's true.
Huh? Oh. Sorry.
Marvelous. I'm looking. Are you accepting a request? Wonderful. Very well then. Very well then.
So dance. If you wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever. I'm chilling on my bed. I'm minding my biz. So mind your own biz. Whatever like is. We gon' flow with this thing.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, feeling the fun.
Fuka, your notes look so trendy. I kinda wasn't expecting that.
Oh no, these are Natsuki-chan's notes. She let me borrow them since I was out trapped in Tartarus. She sure is. That said, there's actually quite a bit missing from these notes.
Oh, you're right. This part just has the equation and no answer, and this page is full of doodles. And this part, is that a drool stain? Hey, it may not be the best study material, but it's the thought that counts, right?
I've been trying to think of a way to return the favor.
Complete her notes. You mean like fill in all the parts she's missing?
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. But it's going to be a lot of material. I wonder if I can finish it all.
Then we'll help you out. It'll be a good review for us, too.
Thanks, you two.
Here, let me see those notes.
Oh, yeah. All done. It looks wonderful.
Natsuki-chan's in for a real surprise when she sees this.
I'm sure she will. I couldn't have done it without your help. Thanks, you two.
Well, it certainly helped us study too, right?
I'll make sure to give Natsuki-chan the notes back tomorrow. Good night.
Hey.
Fight, Sengoku. And so, yes, exactly.
And that's the summary of what happened on the night of the 7th. These shadows seem to be quite a bit more formidable than the ordinary ones.
I see. So our enemies are growing stronger as well. Well, it's not all bad news. In fact, I called today's meeting because...
Hold on. Before we go on, I'd like to ask Kirijo-senpai something.
Oh?
I know I'm not the only one thinking this. So much has been happening lately. I feel like I've just been getting dragged along without really understanding anything. But now, I want answers. So I'm gonna ask you straight out. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, Senpai? You're always acting like you don't know anything about the Dark Hour or Tartarus, but they're connected to that accident 10 years ago, aren't they?
What accident?
Yukari-chan?
There was an explosion near our school and a lot of people died. It must have been big news back then. You know about it, don't you?
Yes.
Luckily, no students were injured. But something is off here. At the time of the incident, there were several unexplained absences. Seems like more than just a coincidence to me.
What do you mean?
Well, I dug up some old school records and found something interesting. Those students weren't just absent. They all suddenly collapsed and had to be sent to the hospital. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Remember those girls who bullied Fuka? They had to be hospitalized too. I want an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? The Kirijo group built our school, so you have to know something. Tell me the truth.
I wasn't trying to hide anything from you, it just never seemed relevant. But...
It's okay. It's not your fault.
all right, I'll tell you everything. Shadows have many mysterious abilities. Some research indicates they can even affect time and space. We think of them as our enemies, but what if we could somehow use them to our advantage? They could be a source of unimaginable power, couldn't they?
What?
14 years ago, one man pursued that very line of thinking. He was the former leader of the Kirijo group, Koetsu Kirijo, my grandfather. My grandfather was obsessed with the shadows. He wanted to harness their power to create something extraordinary.
Create something extraordinary?
To that end, he assembled a research team and had them amass a number of shadows.
He was collecting them? Damn, that's freaking crazy.
But 10 years ago, during the final stages of the project, there was an accident, and the experiment failed. They lost control of the Shadow's power, altering the nature of the entire world.
You can't mean...
Yes, Tartarus and the Dark Hour. According to the records, the accumulated mass of shadows split into several large ones that later dispersed. These are the shadows we've been encountering on nights when the moon is full.
Maybe that's why it's difficult to predict where they'll appear.
Wait a minute. If what you said is true, then why did our school turn into Tartarus? Don't tell me. Is it because that's where they conducted the experiment?
Yes.
Then those students who were hospitalized...
It's just as you fear. It was a highly populated area, and the Kirijo group had influence there. They could essentially do as they pleased. Ford Island must have been the perfect location for them. So yes, as you guessed, the experiment 10 years ago was conducted at Gekkokan High School.
Just what are you trying to say here? So that's the whole purpose behind C's? We were dragged into all this just to clean up their mess? You lied to us? And you knew too, didn't you, Sonata-senpai? You've both just been using us! Or do you not care as long as you're the one who gets to do the fighting?
I never said anything like that. I have my reasons.
Think what you'd like, but it was my decision not to share the information. I'm sorry. It was never my intent to deceive you. Convincing you to join Seas was my highest priority. I know it may not be fair, but shadows can only be defeated by persona users. We are the only ones who can fight.
That's hardly the point!
I never had a choice either. It didn't matter if I wanted this power or not.
Mitsuru, that's enough.
Takeba-kun, it's only those in the past who are to blame. And they lost their lives as a result of what they did. We're all in the same boat here. None of us deserve the burden that's been thrust upon us.
But that's...
It's been 10 years since the incident in question. No one knows why those shadows suddenly returned. But now that they're here, we have the chance to find and destroy them. Do you realize what that means? What if I told you that the 12 shadows are the cause of everything?
You're saying if we defeat them all, Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear?
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. See? It's good news, isn't it?
Can that really be true?
There's evidence to support it. And this is where our true battle begins.
Our true battle.
Regardless of what's happened in the past, we must fight to protect the people. The shadows are gaining strength. We can't afford to wait for them to strike first.
Right.
And there are still many mysteries surrounding Tartarus. For instance, why did such a gigantic structure appear in the first place? The answers must be out there somewhere.
So dance, if you wanna go ahead. Free to whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. Minding my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we can throw it and say, hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow, you know. Time shining, I'm down and round. I'm gonna drive until the break of dawn. I'm on the mission, routing up whatever it is.
Lounging about as usual, huh?
Hugh, what do you want? If you're gonna ask me to go back, the answer's still no.
That's not why I'm here. I was just making sure you were still around.
That's so.
We've known each other a long time. It's been almost 14 years since we met at the orphanage. You, me, and Miki. We used to run around here until the sun went down. Back then, it seemed like we had all the time in the world.
You haven't changed one bit. If you want to get all sappy, go do it with your other pals.
What was that?
It's rare for you to think about the past. Usually, you just charge ahead like a damn fool. You've never been good at hiding shit.
Everyone thinks about the past. Even me. Anyway, we finally know how to get rid of Tartarus in the Dark Hour.
No shit?
Yeah. The thing is, all I've cared about until now is getting stronger. Everything else came second. But yesterday, someone made me question my reason for fighting.
Your reason for fighting? Huh. It's different for everyone. But if you don't have a good one, you can always quit. That's what I did.
I'm not like you. Man, I can't believe I'm the one getting lectured here. Well, see you around.
You really haven't changed at all.
Yes?
Can I talk to you for a moment?
Senpai, this is unusual. Please, come in.
So not only do you excel at providing support during battle, you are also quite skilled at gathering information.
Oh, I'm sorry for doing that without permission.
Don't worry, you're not in trouble. But I do have an important favor to ask of you. I want you to find out as much as you can about that incident 10 years ago.
Oh, well, very little of that was made public.
I know. That's why I want you to access the Kirijo Group's database.
You mean hack into their system? Is that allowed?
I'll give you my ID and password. Then you won't be held accountable. But I need to know the truth. In detail.
Senpai.
Of course, I'll understand if you refuse.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Are you sure? I appreciate it. Yamagishi, aren't you resentful? Regardless of my good intentions, I did drag you into this without fully explaining. I'm sure you must have at least a few complaints.
Not really. Did you know my entire family is made up of doctors? My parents are the one exception. It gives them a bit of an inferiority complex. That's why they're so hard on me. I don't like being at home. But here, I'm able to do something no one else can. I have a purpose. So no, I don't have any complaints.
You're right. We can't do this without you. No one could take your place.
Oh.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
So, Tartarus and the Dark Hour are on the way out, huh? No, that's a good thing. That's what we've been fighting for. So then, why? Damn it! Why am I so pissed?
Gosh, it's hot. Even for July.
Wow. Can't believe we're already third years. Guess this will be the last time we'll wear these uniforms and hang out after school.
Who cares? I just want to get into college and start having fun already.
I get it. My problem is me. I'm going on like fighting was my duty and all. Actually, it's just all I'm good at. Because without that, I'm nothing. So much for being a hero. I can't fight worth the shit anyway. Not compared to him, at least. Damn it! Nothing I do is good enough.
Why am I only ever right about the worst things? Am I stupid for trusting in something so blindly? Dad. I got this letter from you last spring. I must have read it 1,000 times since then.
To my family,
10 years into the future. Tomorrow, I'll bring this letter to the opening ceremony for the Moonlight Bridge. It will be stored in a time capsule and sent to you in 10 years' time. Yukari, you may be small now, but in 10 years, you'll be 16. You'll be in high school. I know you've been sad because I have to work so late, but you always manage to greet me with a smile. I'm really proud of myself. Kirijo-san appointed me head researcher. I'll be starting on a big project soon. It feels good to receive so much recognition for my work, but I swear to you, nothing is more important to me than you and your mother.
Oh, Dad.
Yukari, I wonder, are you enjoying life? Do you have high hopes for the future? Do you still look towards tomorrow with excitement and wonder, like you do now? No matter what happens in the next 10 years, I hope you're happy, and I hope this letter brings a smile to both you and your mother's faces. Eiichiro Takeba, March 6th, 2000.
No matter what happens, huh? All I can do is believe. I won't turn my back. I won't be like Mom. Not ever.